What's up, G-Snakes? Back to another video on Injustice Year Zero. Guys, this is issue number 2, and this has actually been an interesting series so far with the Just Society, all these interactions, and great writing by Tom Taylor. But diving into this issue, what we see is, as last issue, we saw pretty much the Justice League go to the Watchtower and interact with the Just Society. But Batman left Gotham for a night, just to enjoy himself, right? And we see Batman, Superman, and the Watchtower looking through his window at the world. And Batman's like, I hope nobody gets to see this. Like, be at our point of view, see the world in a distance, smaller. And Superman's like, I couldn't disagree with you more, Batman. I want people to be up here, see this world, because there's no division. There's no borders. There's no different religions. There's no different beliefs. All there is one world. I hope people can see that, and I hope they do one day, because I've been thinking a lot lately. And Superman says, I'm thinking about legacy, about what comes after, about what we carry on. And guys, as he's saying this, we see different images of Alan Scott, Green Lantern, with Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, which is such an awesome image. You see Flash and Jay Garrick just eating popcorn, which is so cool. I like that. I like Jay Garrick and Flash's interactions from issue number 1 and the interactions in this issue. But we also see Liberty Bell and Black Canary interact. It's pretty much seeing the JSA and the Justice League just talking to each other about their life. And then what we see is Superman says, he asks Batman, like, do you not believe in legacy? And Batman's like, yeah, I do believe in legacy. And Superman starts questioning if he has a legacy. He tells Batman, you already have legacy with Tim, Dick, Damian, even Jason, with all, even Barbara, Cassandra Cain, all these different people in the Bat family. And he tells Batman, and Batman's like, no, that's not really a legacy, that's just the people I help, the people I mentor. And Superman's like, that is a legacy. Those are the people that will pretty much protect Gotham after you're gone. And that's when Batman says, he's like, I started this because of my parents when they died, but it's pretty much evolved into something more. He's like, now I'm trying to protect these kids, trying to protect Dick, pretty much Tim, Damian, I'm trying to protect my Bat family. And Superman's like, yeah, that's right, you are protecting them. And Superman says that there's other people who can pretty much have your legacy after you're gone. And Batman's like, Damian, I'm still out on that. I don't know if that could work. And Superman's like, how could that not work? And Batman's like, well, he's angry like Jason. Superman's like, Damian is not Jason. Damian is your son. And it's a big deal, and he got you leading your footsteps after you're gone. And Batman's like, why are you thinking about this? Superman's like, I don't have a legacy after I'm gone. And Batman's like, have you and Lois been talking? And Superman's like, yeah, we've been talking a little bit. And Batman's like, about kids? And Superman's like, whoa. We've been kind of talking about it, but it's kind of a year or two out. We're thinking about maybe having that. Because guys, seeing what Superman is saying, that like Batman has Damian, that's his son. And that's actually somebody who carry on Batman's legacy after he's gone. But Superman doesn't have anybody like that. So he's thinking about having a child. And guys, before we move on, we know that this child thing does not go well, because in Justice Universe, at the beginning, when Lois was pregnant, and from his Joker put some serum into Superman just beat Lois to death and killed Lois and Superman's unborn child. That's pretty much the thing that's pretty much sprung this whole conflict in the Injustice Universe. So this is like the very first mention of it, the very first time that Superman is thinking about having a child. Now that's when Alan Scott and the Amazing Man, 2 JSA members, come out and they're like, the world's finest. What are you guys talking about? Batman's like, well, Superman doesn't think he has a legacy. And that's when the Amazing Man's like, wait, so he has heat vision, he has telescopic vision, he has all these different visions, but he still can't see. And Batman's like, yeah, he can. Superman's like, see what? And that's when Alan Scott and Amazing Man and Batman just listens, but these 2 JSA members say, Superman, you inspire a lot of people. You have left a legacy. You're a great man, and it'll live on. Don't worry about it. Now, this is a great scene. I really like this. I like Superman and Batman talking, because we know what happens afterwards. We know what happens in the Injustice Universe, and how these 2 heroes just come enemies. And seeing them just talk about parenthood in a way, it's really cool, and Tom Taylor writes it so well. Now, we shift to is Andre, and the Joker, and Harley Quinn. And guys, last issue we saw Andre, he's trying to get out of prison to see his grandson, but he offered up Joker, like, the means to become a god, right? But the Joker's like, alright, this is the deal. We arrived at Chariot, we had Joker and Harley with Andre, and they arrived to the grandson's house. And Joker's like, go in, see your grandson. And that's when we have Andre gets out, and Harley's like, wow, he's a really nice man. We should keep him put. And Joker's like, yeah, I agree. Now, this is when Andre goes up to the door, knocks on the door, and sees the grandson. And the grandson's like, I know who you are, stay back. And pretty much Andre's like, no, it's me. I want to say sorry. I haven't been here all this time. And this grandson, Steven, is like, you come in the middle of the night and you try to say sorry for not being here all this time, and you bring the Joker, and he sees the Joker, and the Joker's like, hi kid, and this kid Steven's like, that's the worst thing you do, come here after all this time, try to say sorry, but you bring a maniac to my house. And Joker just quickly says, yeah, Andre, this is not the best thought out way to do this. And Andre's like, I'm sorry, I just want to see you. I just want to see my grandson. And I know I screwed it up. Have a good life. And that's when he walks away and Steven closes the door. So much Andre ruined his chance to see his grandson. He goes back in the car and they start driving with Joker and Harley. And Joey's like, alright, that you got what you want, whatever that was. He's like, now, tell me how I can become a god. And Andre's like, no. And Joey's like, excuse me? And Harley's like, Andre, Mr. J didn't really like that answer. And so Andre's like, I'm a dead man either way. I'm gonna die soon. And I only have anything to live for. And Joey's like, well, you better tell me or you're gonna lose everything. And pretty much Andre's like, do not just listen to me. I'm already losing everything. Joey's like, well, you just showed me the place where the person you love the most lives. And that's when they go back to the grandson's house. Joker takes out a knife, walks out of the car, and Andre's like, no. He starts running out. You see a Joker go inside, go to Steven. Steven's like, stay back. And Joker's like, don't worry, this will be painless. And that's when Joker's like, you don't defy me, you don't double cross me. And he starts just cutting pieces off of this kid's body, pretty much the grandson of Andre. And Andre's like, stop. And Joker's like, no, you're gonna pretty much tell me how to become a god, or I'm gonna take everything piece by piece away from your grandson. She starts cutting off his fingers. And Andre's like, alright, I'll tell you how to become a god. And I was like, that's good, just don't lie to Mr. J again. And Joker's like, alright, we're gonna go back into the car, you're gonna tell me. And Andre's like, how's it gonna be fixed though? And I was like, well, he just has to pretty much go to the ER, get all his fingers attached, and he has to give him a bag, right? But it's gonna be kind of hard because he has no fingers left. And Harley's like, well, a dilemma. So they leave, they get in the car, and they start driving, and Joey's like, don't ever double cross me again. And Andrew's like, I'm sorry. And Joey's like, now it's time you tell me how I can become a god. And you see this cool image, Joker's just driving. Joker's trying to become a god. That's just so freaking cool. And that's how the issue ends, and it actually says, next, World War II. That gets me excited. But yeah, guys, overall, this issue was really well done. The art was good, and just the talk between Superman and Batman was so good, and then the interaction between Joker and Andre was so great. Joker was amazing this issue. Guys, Tom Taylor knows how to write Joker right. But yeah, guys, overall, I'm gonna give this issue an 8.5 out of 10. That was a solid follow-up to the first issue, and I'm excited to read issue number 3. In the comment section below, tell me about this issue. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What do you think about everything that's going on in this? Alright, all these stories, everything like Joker and Andre, like Joker trying to become a god, Batman, meet up with Superman. And by the way, there's like a little part that I didn't really mention, which I'll mention real quick before we end this video, that Batman actually arrived back on Earth, and he finds out that Joker got Andre, got out of the prison. Huntress tells Batman that, oh, Andre is actually dying, so he's trying to see his grandson, but he's offering something big to Joker. So Batman is now in this collision course to try to stop the Joker on whatever he's doing. Now, that whole scene, I didn't really mention that much in this video because it's pretty much a recap of what happened in issue number 1 with the whole Andre storyline, just being told to Batman, right? But we'll see how all this pretty much comes to a head next issue. I'm excited to see how this turns out. But yeah, guys, like the video, give a big thumbs up. You should make subscribe to our next Injustice Year Zero video. We got one more issue, and then we gotta wait like 2 weeks or so for the next issue. But I'm still excited, right? But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.